This is a special edition of Finscale, a podcast created by Solène Niederkorn, shedding light on innovation in finance, banking, and insurance.
Hi everyone, I attended Money 2020 and I had the opportunity to create an incredibly fascinating series of interviews with European players in the payments industry. I collaborated with the Payments Association EU to bring you all these insightful conversations. As a bonus, I also had the privilege of sitting down with their general manager, Thibault de Barsy. Get ready to dive into all of this very soon. As a teaser, I share with you my discussion with Thibault. Enjoy the show! Hello everyone. Hi Thibault.
Good morning.
Great to see you at Money 2020 and thank you very much for accepting my invitation.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Thibault, you already participated to Finscale in French a few years ago.
Correct.
Thank you for that. So I'm very happy that I have you again on the podcast to talk a little bit about the Payment Association in EU that I know very well. But a lot has been done those last years. So I wanted you maybe to go back to what is the initiative of this new association and what has been the path so far.
Well, the Payments Association EU was created 3 years ago, actually, on the day of the Brexit, which is very symbolic because, yes, we are a spin-off of the original Payments Association based in London. So we focus on the 27 countries of the European Union and we develop activities, events, training, webinars over all the payment matters in the EU.
And who were the founding partners?
So basically the first benefactors were Banking Circle, and very rapidly we had, the usual suspects of our industry as founding members, Visa, MasterCard, Amazon Payments, and a few others that joined very rapidly. And then, of course, we had to go through the COVID years. That wasn't easy, but we are very proud that all the founding members renewed. And since we exist, Solène, no member has ever left us.
Wow. So how many members did you and your team convince to follow you in this adventure?
Yeah, so, we propose an approach which is basically a business club. So we're not the kind of association that does a lot of procrastination about all the coming regulation and that produce, responses to public consultation of more than 100 pages and that no one reads. What we want to do is to facilitate business for our members all across the European Union. And yes, we also have regulatory working groups, but we do them as a fireside chats with the different regulators in Europe. And we think that's a very efficient approach to understand what the regulators have in mind and to convey the concerns and the ideas of our members to them.
And I saw you on the social media, making a lot of posts. We have the impression that you're going through Europe every week. But concretely, when you talk about events, how concrete is it?
Well, that's the thing is that, many associations in Europe, they do one big congress a year, right? And so they ask all their members to go from wherever they are in Europe to their headquarters, which is, in Paris, in Amsterdam, whatever. What we do is we go to them. And that's the idea is that we have networking events. They are called PA at homes. And we do them every every 2 to 3 weeks, so 2 per month, in a different European city every time. So last week we were in Berlin, the week before we were in Dublin, in a few weeks we will be in Munich. And so that's the idea that our members like. And by the way, of course, we think it's the ideal way to be to have the right connections all over Europe because we have a fragmented landscape, that's for sure. So if you want to connect the French and the German players, the Belgian and the Dutch, well, you have to go to them and then you have to invite them to join you, to join the caravan, the roadshow, the payments roadshow all across Europe.
And can you give us, I love crispy anecdotes, as you know. Can you give us some crispy anecdotes, interesting partnerships that have been built throughout the association that you could, of course, communicate to us that really highlight the fact that the proximity is one key element in business?
Well, of course, because there are different kind of deals that are being initiated or materialized at our events. So not only buying and selling each other products and services, which, by the way, is a characteristic of our industry, is that we are every player is a competitor, but also a buyer and seller, because otherwise payments wouldn't work if not everyone was working with their peers and competitors from other countries. This is how payments are made. But we also have M&A deals that are made via the association, or strategic discussions on long-term partnerships in terms of distribution, or adding on one another. And of course, one of our services which is very much appreciated is the introduction services. So we do formal introductions between our members. That means we act as their pre-sales, because if they want to reach out to another member, and we help them to get meetings, we help them to get replies to their emails, which we know in sales life is the most difficult thing to get.
Clearly. And could you mention new joiners?
Yeah, I mean, we're very proud because our new joiners are coming from different parts of the industry and different parts of Europe. So, for example, we have StoneX, we have Trésor from France, which is a subsidiary of Société Générale. We have Giesecke plus de Vriend, which is based in Germany. We have Viva Wallet. We are very proud of having Viva Wallet as one of our most recent members. BPCE, Barclays Bank, and many others that will be announced very soon.
Thank you very much, Thibault, for this teaser. And see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you all for listening and sharing this moment with us. Don't hesitate to contact me on Twitter or LinkedIn to share your comments and reactions. You can also rate this episode on your favorite podcast platform. See you soon.